SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
You are listening to Spotlight Indie Music from around the world, commercial-free and free to stream. My name is Joe Cleon. Welcome to this special edition of Spotlight. Our featured artist is actually a label. The featured label, Better World Sounds Music Composition and Publishing, better known as Better World Sounds. We're going to talk to the CEO, owner, the man who's making things happen at Better World Sounds, Pinkney Butler. I asked Pinkney to tell us about himself and his career.
I'm Pinkney Butler, and I'm from Tyler, Texas. I grew up on the East Coast in North Carolina and went to school and on the West Coast in California. In between all of that, came back to Texas in the middle and just really started getting interested in music. The passion for a type of music that had a message, not just listening with the ears, but listening with the heart. And so I started playing around with lyrics and little tunes years ago, back in the 70s, I would imagine. And just for the last 10, 15 years, started putting some of those songs and lyrics into publication. And the more I did that, I was able to connect with some great musicians, connect with some great vocalists and producers that really got interested in helping to push the type of music that I was passionate about.
And you have a compilation album called Help Me Change the World. We're going to hear a bunch of tracks from that as we move through the show. First of all, though, let's talk about the track under your name, Pinkney Butler, the track For Once in My Life. Tell me a little bit about that track, how it came about, and what it's all about.
The song is actually sung by Tabitha Miles, and it's the latest of the songs that we've produced. And the song is really talking about the something inside of all of us. Again, the message to us to look inside of ourselves and to see that we're really strong enough to face our struggles if we can grab the hope, if we can live the dream. It's not about daydreaming and sleeping and imagining a perfect world, but in spite of everything that's happening, the pain, the suffering around us, that gift in us, and it's God's gift as far as I'm concerned. It's that gift to propel us forward through life's realities and good things, bad things, but it's a light for our pathway. And everybody's got that dream. It's deep inside of us, strong enough to make us who we really ought to be. And when we get there, we don't want to be shaken from that. We don't want to be taken away from it. We want to live that hope. And that's what that song is all about.
Let's crank it up and listen to it. It is Pinkney Butler, For Once in My Life. Indie music, true music discovery on SongCast.
If just once in my life a dream could feel what I'm feeling, needing a bridge to help me cross over a sea of fantasy. If once in my life a dream could hide wounds still healing, a dream so real and unshattered by reality. If once in my life a dream had wings to take me higher than what's unspoken and what's broken, beyond all I can see, don't ever wake me from this dream. I can feel, I believe, it's my chance of a lifetime. Here finally, hurt and pain, though I see without this dream tragedy. You may say I'm daydreaming and lost in my illusion. For once in my life, it's real, I can't imagine my dreams don't really come true. So we can believe. For once in my life, the song is my heart's time to sing, because For once in my lifetime, it's my dream and me. For once in my life, a dream has wings to take me higher than what's unspoken, what's broken, beyond all I can see. Don't ever wake me from this dream. I can feel, I believe, it's my chance of a lifetime. Here finally, hurt and pain, though I see without this dream tragedy. Let this dream go on through life's illusions. For once I could say the right dream has come along. I can be all I thought I could be. For once I can say the dream is real. Don't wake me or shake me, 'cause the dream is here to carry me home. It's here to make me strong. Don't ever wake me from this dream. I can feel, I believe, it's my chance of a lifetime. Here finally, hurt and pain, though I see without this dream tragedy. Let this dream go on through life's illusion. Don't ever wake me from this dream. I can feel, I believe, it's my chance of a lifetime. Here finally, hurt and pain, though I see without this dream tragedy. Let this dream go on through life's illusion.
You just heard For Once in My Life, indie music here on Spotlight. My name is Joe Cleon. This is commercial-free indie music on SongCast. Our featured artist is Pinkney Butler. Actually, all the artists that he works with under his label Better World Sounds. You had mentioned before, Pinkney, that you had a message through your music and through your label. Why don't you tell us all what Better World Sounds is about and what the message is that you're trying to convey?
So we actually started putting together music, in fact, all of our music, with a world message. Music that you listen to with your heart. When you look at the world, and I think most people will agree, at any stage, the world is in trouble. The world is at risk. It's sort of left in the balance. And when you put the dysfunction and you throw in there the pandemic and all the stuff, you see a world that's just trying to find its way and looking for every sign of hope. And this album is about hope. Every song is a journey. It's like a lens. Our music is like a lens to view the world beyond where it is and to see it the way it should be, the way it can be. And our music is very transparent. The first lines of every song pretty much sort of typify the fact that it's a journey. It's a concert of hope, and it's supposed to stir the heart, build a bridge to help reconnect and build compassion and caring relationships between people. So all of the songs are sort of intertwined that way, and in fact, the Better World Sounds is just that. We believe the world can be better, and we believe that if we listen with our hearts, we will hear these songs amplify compassion and hope and loving and caring, the things that can only come from the heart. So our music is composed in such a way that it has to be listened to with the heart and not just the ear.
And it's so great in a world that is just saturated with negativity. It's nice to see a record like this that is just the exact opposite, that is positive and has hope and is inspirational. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a really nice change in today's negatively charged world.
We believe so, Joe.
So why don't we talk about some individual artists that are on this Help Me Change the World record? By the way, if you like what you hear during the show, please support this project. Buy some music on Amazon, on Apple Music. You can stream on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Post on social media. Tell your friends about this project. tell your friends that they need some uplifting music in their life, and this is for them. And support the indie scene. Why don't we talk about a track from Alisa Yarborough? Actually, the title track from the record, Help Me Change the World. Tell me about that song and how it became the title track for this project.
Well, as I've said before, the song itself, the title of it is exactly what this whole album is searching for. It's searching to help us to see that we can actually change the world. We can change the way we look at things. We can change the way we look at each other. We can change the way we connect. The album is a journey of hope. The songs are meant to reach down into the heart and ignite the passion that's in us. And the first song, Help Me Change the World, actually is sort of summarizes all the songs, because when you look at it and you listen to the lyrics, if you listen with your heart, you get a good picture of the world the way we see it naturally, but we also are projecting a way that it ought to be seen, a way that it can be seen. And not only is that true with Help Me Change the World, but it sort of sets the stage for all of the other tracks to follow in that same sense.
And you wrote all the lyrics to these tracks, correct?
Yes, I did.
So tell me a little bit about Alisa Yarborough, how you hooked up with her and how she came to be part of this album.
Alicia was introduced to me by the producers of the album, John Bryant and Frank Haynes. Excellent producers. Kent Stump was our engineer. We had some great musicians. In the middle of pulling the music together, trying to find the right voices to match the songs, the flavor, the tenor, the rhythm. That was strictly the work of John Bryant and Frank Haynes, the producers. They found these singers. I had never met any of the singers prior to us coming together with the belief that they had the particular voices and the particular personalities that actually fit the songs that they were going to sing. It's kind of a unique thing. So I can't claim to have known Alisa all these years. In fact, I haven't known her except learning about her as she was picked to sing some of the tracks on our album.
Wow, that's really wild that you didn't know these people and that they were brought in by the producers just to fit the flavor of each song. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Let's get into it. This is Help Me Change the World, title track from the album of the same name. This is Alisa Yarborough, and that track, Help Me Change the World. Indie music on SongCast.
Change the world, and I can feel the world grow. Culture cold, to love we must say yes when some say no. Oh, help me change the world. Help me find a way to change the world and make a new
You just heard Help Me Change the World from Alisa Yarborough, the title track from the compilation album entitled Help Me Change the World. We are speaking with Pinkney Butler, the owner of Better World Sounds. You have a website, don't you? bwsounds.com?
Yes, our website is where most of our stuff is pushed out.
And that is www.bwsounds.com.
That's our website. It's got everything up there that you need.
Let's move on to another track by Claymore Fitzgerald and Voices Crying. Tell us a little bit about the lyrics on this one that you wrote.
This was actually the believe it or not, the first set of lyrics that I've ever written. If you could believe that, the original lyrics actually go back to 1974. And see, this is the point I'm making. That's how long the music has lived with me. My passion is in this song because this was the beginning. I wrote the song before I finished school. Before I just finished college and working on my master's. Before I started working on my master's degree, so I'm still trying to find my life and my career. But this music, man, this message that I felt just passionate about and just burning inside of me, it's reflected in this very first song, which again, the lyrics were written in 1974. We produced a single CD with it, with some children's voices, and it's also out there available to be purchased. And you can stream on it and listen to that as well. But the lyrics go that far back. We produced it and recorded it in 1992, I believe. And when the producers looked for someone to do this song, this is how we ended up with Fiamont. There could have not been a better choice for singing this particular song.
Here it is, Voices Crying, Claymore Fitzgerald, from the compilation release Help Me Change the World from Better World Sounds. It's indie music on SongCast.
Voices crying, people are dying. Voices crying all over the world. Voices crying, people denying. Hope is what's trying all over the world. Lonely hurt people everywhere.
You are streaming Spotlight Indie Music on SongCast. Our featured artist actually is a featured label. It is Better World Sounds, and we are speaking with owner Pinkney Butler. We just heard a great track from Claymore Fitzgerald called Voices Crying, and that is from the Help Me Change the World compilation album. If you like what you hear, if you like the inspirational messages, buy tracks from this release, support these artists, support the indie scene. You can pick up tracks on Amazon, on Apple Music, stream on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Make sure that you support the indie scene and tell your friends about this great record. Now, Pinkney, one of the things I wanted to ask you, I know you wrote the lyrics for all these songs. What about the musicians that are playing on these tracks? Were these people that you had known, or were these also people the producers brought in to play on the individual tracks?
These were like the vocal artists. They were brought in, and we had never met each other. The words, the lyrics, the music, all of that, I wrote, gave it to the producers. They found the musicians, the soloists, that just had the passion in them and the ability and the personality, again, if you will, to really just make this music come alive.
Is there different people on each track, or some of the people play on all of the tracks?
It's different people. It's different people on different tracks, and then you got some duplication there. You have some people playing on a couple of tracks, but for the most part, it's a different person. It's a different musician in many spots, especially when it comes to the solos. And some of the basic framework for the music. There are some musicians that will be playing on every track, but there were some soloists that would be brought in just to do that little solo piece, and they would do their little solo piece. They would listen to the music, do their little solo piece, close their instrument up, and they go home, and we're still there working, but they've left their passion in their solo for that particular song. It's just amazing the way it all came together. I didn't know any of these people. They didn't know me. They had never heard my music. My producers had never heard of me. I'd never heard of them. We ended up together, and I don't think you could put a greater group of vocalists and musicians and again, the two great producers and the engineer for the project, right down to the person who played the shortest solo and had the for instance, the guy that played the flute, he played the flute. He never heard the music. He got into that, played when that solo time came as if he's been listening to this song all of his life. Did his little thing. He's gone. Another person comes in, does a solo on a track, finish their work, their history. And then again, you had some musicians that sat through the whole thing and provided the backdrop for all of the tracks. But it's just amazing the way it all came together.
Did you record everything in the same studio, or did you record different tracks in different studios?
We recorded everything in the same studio. It was recorded over a couple of weeks, perhaps, at least. It may have been a little bit more. But all done in one studio, but far from one setting, but one studio.
Let's move into the next track by DMAC called One Society. Take us inside of that one.
This song, again, goes right into the fabric of who we are as members of the human family in the world. We're all connected. We're one society, and when we look at the world through the lens of us being part of the human family, we're one big family. And it lessens the tension. It creates a little bit more goodwill between us, and it's just to use our best word, it's just better to look at the world as being made of one blood of people, one society of people, one. And there's no, we have different colors, we have different backgrounds, we've got all kind of diversity, and there's no right one, there's no wrong one. It's all one, and it's beautiful when you look at it through the lens of this particular song.
Such a great and needed inspirational message in today's world. Here is DMAC, One Society, from the release Help Me Change the World, a project from Better World Sounds, incredible, phenomenal indie music, right here on SongCast.
One world, one society. To make a better world, it's plain to see. Taking care of family is about you and me.
Oh, we are all God's children.
Tell me, when are we gonna see
That we're just one world family.
one hope, one dream, all feeling the need? And though we're different people, our many colors glow. No wrong one, no right one. By now we should know. When heaven looks down upon us, it becomes plain to see that we're one world, one blood, one family, and one society.
One world, one family. One love, one society.
Every struggling man is like a brother to me. Every lonely woman is a sister to me. With a closer look, you see their need to be free. With all our help, they'll get there eventually.
Oh, we are all God's children.
Tell me, when are we gonna see
That we're just one world family.
one hope, one dream, all feeling the need? When heaven looks down upon us, it becomes plain to see that we're one world, one blood, yeah, one family, and one society.
One family. One love, one society.
If you wanna change the world, you've got to change you and me. You and I will be the same until ourselves we can see. Everybody has a part in this world's reality. One by one we make it our society.
One world, one family. One love, one society. One world, one family. One love, one society. One world, one family. One love, one society. One world, one family. One love, one society. One world, one family.
You were listening to tracks from a release called Help Me Change the World, a compilation album with a great positive message from Better World Sounds. That is the featured label here on Spotlight. We are talking with Pinkney Butler, the man in charge of the label, writing all the lyrics for these great tracks. And it's such an interesting concept. He had the vocalists come in for these tracks, the musicians come in. He had never met any of them, just presented them with the songs, let them do their thing. And man, what an incredible selection of tunes. When you write music, Pinkney, do you write lyrics first or music first? Do you have a set pattern when you're putting a new song together?
Not anything that's set. Sometimes the lyrics will come first, and I will have those lyrics just sitting by, just because they've stuck with me, and then I'll add some more to it. So in many cases, yes, the lyrics will sit out there for a long time. In other cases, there's a melody that floats through my soul, and I will record that melody, and I'll keep it, and it will be built upon. And as I go about, and as I think, and as I just go about my regular business, the lyrics start piling up, and I can add another bar, another measure to the music. So it's both ways. The first song, for instance, that we talked about, Voices Crying for Healing, Well, the lyrics were written before, well before the music. But, you put them out there, and those lyrics and that music are going to get married at some point. So you just keep the lyrics, your passion, and the sounds. They usually come right behind the lyrics. But there are times when that music will get out in front. And, I've got to find a way to charge these balls of music up with some passionate words and stuff. So it's done both ways for me.
Let's talk about a track by Pat Peterson called Love Is All That We Need. Of course, following the inspirational trend of the album, anything else you can talk about as far as this track goes?
Well, it would be redundant. It's look at the world the way it is and tell me what you think is missing. And this is what this song is all about. If we plug in that love, that compassion, that caring, the aged, the babies, everybody, it will be taken care of. They will be lifted. And this song is basically saying we all have an angel inside of us, and if we release that angel, this is going to be a better world.
Where does this song fit in with the rest of the tracks? Was it one of the earlier ones, or was it written later on in the process?
This was written later. This was one of the latest ones written as far as the lyrics are concerned. The music may have been out there a little bit in my mind, but this was, in fact, most of the songs were written, with the exception of voices, were written somewhere, I would say from 2000 up until the time that we produced in 2004.
Here is the track, Love Is All That We Need. It is Pat Peterson. It's indie music, true music discovery on SongCast.
It really needs our love. So much pride and ambition. Another case for love in all creation. You know that love is all we really need. Do you see that young baby? That baby needs your love. Hold that hope for the aged, like angels sent from above. I know we're able. You know love is all we really need. Love is all that we need. Without love, we can't see. You're doing, you gotta do it for love. Everything that you're saying, try to say it for love. In all situations, love is all we really need. Love will take your sister by the hand and tell her, love will make your brother gone away and tell him, I'm your biggest fan.
You are listening to Spotlight Indie Music on SongCast. Our featured label from Texas is Better World Sounds, and we are speaking with the owner of the label, Pinkney Butler. Pinkney wrote all the songs and all of the music on this compilation release. And I know you talked about the songwriting process. How do you convey the music to the musicians that you've never met before that are on this album? Do you write some demo tracks, like with piano or guitar, or how does the very basic beginnings of the song take place?
I play a little piano myself, so I put all of the songs. Everything I do it's gonna have a little simple cassette tape, a rendition of me and my bad piano playing and my singing, my lyrics, and I will get some friends from time to time to come together and join up with me, and we have a little fun and play with those songs. But I gave the producers a cassette that had just that on it, my bad piano playing, but every song, and some voices in the background, and some of my friends who helped put the songs into some vocal arrangements. So we started with here's what the song sounds like, here are the lyrics, make it better.
In a musical world where there's just such a lack of originality, everything about this project is just so original. The way it was put together, how you didn't know a single person that sang or performed on the record until they were brought in and shown the songs. It's just a really unique and really, really great idea. Once again, the record is called Help Me Change the World. It is from Better World Sounds. You can pick it up on Amazon, Apple Music, stream on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube Music. Post some links on your social media. Turn your friends on to this great compilation album. A nice turnaround from everything that's negative in the world. Finally, some positive, good music. And this last track definitely fits in there. One of my favorites, I think, of the ones that I listened to from Benita Arterberry, a track called Just Free Me to Be Me. Give me some information about this track. How did this one come together?
This was actually written up near you. I was in Maryland with my mom who died of dementia, and at that time this song I was in her basement and I was doing caretaking with my sister, and so on my caretaking break from my mom, I just went down to the basement and started writing what I felt, and I felt like if she could get me to just touch her and to feel her, and if she could just feel my feel the way I'm really feeling her, if she could feel my touch the way I'm really touching her, it would probably make her better. So this was the whole inspiration behind that song. It was a mother who had Alzheimer's, and seeing her struggle and being there with her and being one of the caretakers in the family, the lyrics, the music. Now, this is where all of it just poured out together. As the lyrics were being finished, the notes would just sort of play around. There's only one way to go with this song. So that's the origination of this song.
Really great that her memory lives on within this song. That is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you coming, hanging out with us, giving us an insight into this great record.
Joe, it's been great, man, and we really appreciate the opportunity. It's always good, and whether it's our project or someone else's project, wherever in the world, when people, and you said it best, when people do their original, just get off the beaten path and do it from the heart. Do it from the heart. Do it originally. You can't. You have a hard time catching up with how it all came together. The project is bigger when it's original. It's bigger than all of us. It's bigger than me. These singers, these musicians, these producers, the engineer, all of these people. None of us sat down and had a anything. We came together, and that passion in every one of us which is what this album is all about, put this album, this journey of hope together.
Just a great outpouring of music from a great community of musicians. Thank you once again. And we love our SongCast family of artists. We try and promote them as much as possible. And I encourage everyone listening to support this project. Buy some tracks from this release from Better World Sounds. Again, the release is called Help Me Change the World, a great compilation album of amazing music sung by different vocalists. Every track, a freshness and a uniqueness all its own. Pick it up on Amazon, on Apple Music, stream on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube Music, add it to your playlists, share it with your friends, and keep coming back and supporting indie music here at SongCast. Here is our final track, Benita Arterberry, Just Free Me to Be Me. It's indie music, it's true music discovery, and it's right here on SongCast.
Just touch me and feel me, love me and heal me, just free me to be me. You'll see that I'm like you. When I touch you, I feel you. I love you, I heal you. When I free you to be you, I see that you're this crazy world, for man, woman, boy, or girl, is simply to find a way for love to set us free. Set us free. I can do this for you. You can do this for me. I can let you be you. Then I can really be me.
Listen, explore, discover indie music from around the world. Spotlight features all types of indie music: hip-hop, rock, pop, electronic, country, blues, jazz, and more. Spotlight. Spotlight. Listen to thousands of hours of archived indie music anytime, anywhere. Experience Spotlight. The best indie music from around the world. Commercial-free and free to stream. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.